Okay, so it's our first meeting of 2016, and what should you do in the beginning of the year? Set goals. So we're going to talk about setting goals, and we're going to talk about making habits that will help you continue to follow through with those goals. So, how many of you set goals last year? Just raise your hand for the okay. Did you accomplish all your goals? No? Okay. How many of you had goals last year and like you want to step up your game this year? Okay. Awesome. All right. So what I would like, first of all, if you haven't done it this week, I would like everyone to make their vision board. I don't know if we can wait, Julia. Like, I don't know if we can get everybody together like within that time. So we should do it. We can make like a virtual one and then get together and make one with magazines. So if you haven't done it yet, make a vision board. And if you don't know what a vision board is, it's basically finding images or whatever inspires you and putting them down with your goals for the year. I like to put the date that I expect to achieve that goal by, because I find that if I don't have a date, I won't get it done. When I have a timeline, I think you should always put a timeline to your goals. Whether it be financial, like paying stuff off. Joey and I last year sat down for the first time, I think, ever in our lives of marriage and said, these are our bills and this is what we want to pay off and this is when we want to pay it off by together. And because we sat down and did it together, we both had in our minds, okay, well, we can't get this because we have this bill to pay off. And so we've been steadily paying the bills off. When you have a date there, you're like, oh, I gotta work even harder to get that bill paid off by the date that you set. So I would get really, really specific with your goals. If your goals are general, that's kind of how your actions towards the goals are going to be. You're just kind of going to be wishy-washy and there's not really going to be any structure. So my suggestion to you is set goals, set a date, get as specific with those goals as possible. So instead of just, I want to pay off my bills by December 2016, instead say, I'm going to pay off the car by such and such date. I'm going to pay off my credit card by such and such date. And I'm going to pay off whatever by such and such date. That way there's specificity to the paying off the bills. Okay. Don't just set financial goals, set what you want. I mean, we're Beachbody coaches, so obviously we're in this for our health and fitness as well. So set what goals you want for your health and fitness and share it with your audience on Facebook. You now have an audience of people that are watching you. I have people watching me all the time that I don't even know are watching me, and they're looking to me for guidance on how I get things done, and every once in a while they chime in. And so the more that you can let them in on your health and fitness journey and what you go through, whether that be losing weight or gaining weight, you post about it, because it will help them and teach them how to set goals themselves. Like I just posted, not the most great post that I've ever posted about how much weight I've gained over the holidays, but it showed that I was human. And they need to see that you're human. They need to see that you have macaroni and cheese sometimes, or that you have wine, or that you have cake, and that you have weaknesses, and that sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm sick of this. And so through December, I'm eating whatever I want, which is what I did. And then share with them that you're getting back on track and how it made your body feel while you let your, food go crazy. So anyway, set fitness and health goals, set financial goals for yourself, set business goals for yourself. So what rank do you want to be by what date? Go ahead and do your broad spectrum first. So let's say by January 2017, what rank do you want to be? Let's say it's 2-star diamond. Well, when are you going to hit emerald? When are you going to hit ruby? When are you going to hit diamond? When are you going to hit 1-star? Put all those dates that lead up to that giant goal that you have for January 2017. That way you know, I've got to recruit this many coaches by this date to hit emerald on this date. And I've got to recruit this many coaches to hit ruby on this date. And that way you've got your pathway all the way up to January 2017, and you're always moving your business forward. Along with that, decide how many coaches you want to recruit each month. And what are their names? Write them down and pursue them. If you see that you have a challenger in your challenge group that shows a lot of potential, that maybe is really supportive or motivates others or is really participating a lot or shows that they have a lot of passion for what we do, those are the people that you are going to start just starting up a conversation about being a coach. And they may have no interest in signing up in the month that you want them to sign up. But that doesn't mean that you take them off the list. Because if they okay, so Tiffany up here, I wanted her to be a coach. She doesn't know this. I wanted her to be a coach a year ago. I was like, she already was a Beachbody coach. We have Facebook now. It's so much easier than when she did it. And here she is, like a year later, signed up as a coach. Tawny knew that Tiffany needed time to figure it out on her own. And so here she is. But Tawny also planted seeds with her. And so decide who your working coaches are and pursue them. Because if you're not pursuing them, eventually they'll sign up with somebody else. And we've had that happen. Like, don't ever assume that somebody's going to say no to you. Don't ever assume, because we've had too many coaches on this team decide that so-and-so will say no to me because they don't have any money. And then they find out they bought a program from somebody else. Okay. So nobody's off limits until they say no to you. And if they say no to you, it's still okay. You're inviting them. Yeah.
Can I piggyback that real quick? Because Tiff's a really great example to use. Because the pursuit does not mean pressure. Mm-mm. Like, if I had pressured Tiffany ever, she would have been like deuces. Even though she's my sister, there's no way that would have worked. So definitely know the coach you're pursuing. And I think maybe I let her take leadership positions in each of the groups she participated in. So she had a sense of what that feels like and the gratification you get from helping other people. And I maybe invited her, Tiff, to like a sneak peek or something every 5 months. I mean, it was continued involvement in the groups, but it was not like me every month or two asking her if she wanted to coach. And it's going to be different for every person, but that's where you need to build relationships. Mm-hmm. And the relationships need to be authentic, so you really know how you're approaching, who you're approaching.
Yeah.
And when Tiffany was ready, she told me. Mm-hmm. It was not at a time that I asked her. So mm-hmm. just trust that if they're really the right person and you've really invested in them the way that you're supposed to, that they will tell you when it's time.
Mm-hmm. And it's not always going to be that way. You might need to ask, but you'll know your people. And people, lots of times when people know me, I'll just do cute little comments like, you'd make a cute little coach, I'll just stick it in there. And then I don't say anything else. I just make sure it's in their brain. And when they want to, they'll decide. So yes, get specific with who you want to be on your team. You're building your team. of people that are going to go to the top with you, right? So pick who you want to be on your team. Especially with working coaches, don't just pick anybody. Pick the people that are going to go in it and that are going to be the rock to your business. You don't want sand. And sand is a bunch of discount coaches that are in 1 minute and out the other. Discount coaches have a use, but they're not going to hold your rank. And you're going to just sit there and be stressed out about this discount coach going inactive and this one. I mean, like right now I have 17 inactive, 17 discount coaches inactives. For some of you, that would make you die. But I mean, I have enough right now that doesn't affect me, but still, you can't count on them. You can only count on the people that are going to want to work the business. And, that's going to be like 1 out of 20 people. So just keep inviting. Set what Success Club points you want each month. And something I want to talk to you about is the Success Club trip. Now, some of you know I am going on the Success Club trip this year. It's a cruise. It's completely paid for. I had to pay a $300 deposit. And as you earn Success Club points, it puts dollars towards the trip. And so in January, you have the opportunity to get double the points. It's the only time they're ever going to let you do it in January. So if you get 10 points, 10 Success Club points, it's really 20. So that's a big thing. So you guys should all be trying to get as many Success Club points as you possibly can in January if you want to go on this trip. I honestly suggest making it a goal for you to go on this trip because it will make you push hard. The only reason I got Success Club 10 all last year was because of that trip, because I was be darned if I was going to pay for any of it. So, whatever drives you. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't drive, I don't know that would drive Kate, but, but like for me, I'm like competitive with myself and I'm like, I have to do it. And I did, but now I'm like, I don't have any goal to push towards. So I have to find something else to make me hit Success Club 10 every month because I think it's important to hit Success Club 10 every month. So you have to decide, do you want to hit Success Club 5? Do you want to hit Success Club 10? Do you want to just help, one person a month get set up? Whatever it is for you. I mean, nobody here is telling you what your goals should be. You have to decide what your goals are, and then you should talk about it with your coach to make sure that you are doing the adequate work to reach those goals. So whatever goals you have for yourself, make sure that you're also setting a goal in your business to match those goals. So if I have reached Success Club 10 every month and I'm only inviting 1 or 2 people a week, well, I'm not going to hit that goal. I need to be inviting 2 to 3 people a day if I want to be hitting Success Club 10. I need to be doing free clean eating groups with my cold market if I want to hit Success Club 10. So your work has to back up what your goals are. Can you think of anything else, Tawny, in terms of goals? Summit. Summit should be a goal of yours. You should want to go to Summit because, that is what turned everything around for Tawny. Before then, she was like, I'm helping my friend out by being her coach. And now this is her business. And she's on fire.
Summit, I can't say enough about Summit. And what I told one of the girls yesterday, I can't remember who it was, but I was like, Super Saturday is like a Summit crumb. Yeah. Like, if you can't go to Summit, you at least need to try to make every Super Saturday that they have all year.
Yes.
Because, and again, we'll do other Summit talks when Summit gets closer, but everybody has their thing about Summit that they like the most. But for me, it was all the personal development stuff. I could have sat in those conference times I did sit in them for hours, but I actually enjoyed myself, and I could have sat there longer, because it fed my soul. It fed parts of my life that weren't even business related. And I had that same experience at Super Saturday.
Yeah.
Like people who are succeeding in life, whether it's in their business, in their whatever, you want to surround yourself with people who are succeeding from life, and you want to learn from them. Because the more you listen to them, the more you will want to succeed too, and then put in action the steps that it takes to be successful. And it can be for a small goal or a big goal or a financial goal or a personal goal or anything. Mm-hmm. So I definitely would say that those events need to be a cornerstone.
And Super Saturday is this upcoming weekend. So if you have not gotten a ticket to Super Saturday yet, you should.
And like there is one in everyone's area.
Yes.
You may be going with people who aren't part of your team. But like our little Tanya that was in our group picture, God bless her. Her entire upline is in Canada. And she came to Super Saturday, and we sort of adopted her because why not? You want to get together and make vision boards, baby? You can get together and make vision boards. But like, that's the thing, is it is a very good community. Beachbody is a great community, and there will be people in your area. You know, Tiff, like Karen Hoyt's a discount coach. You know, you guys could go together. There's
Tiffany,
people all
where
around.
in North Carolina are you? Are you in Raleigh?
It's
Okay.
$15.
So Tony, there's another.
I'll send you $15.
Say that again.
Tiffany is in Raleigh. And then Karen Hawkins is around Greensboro.
Well,
there's a bunch in North Carolina. Tony has to drive quite a bit to get to
because I'm in like Podunk. I'm in like rural North Carolina.
But Karen Hawkins is very close to you, Tiffany.
Okay.
And she's fun.
She is fun.
If it's $15, I got that.
Yeah, I mean, mine was like they had tax or something on it. It was like $16.47 or something. But yeah, it should be under $20 unless it's like a big time.
Yeah, like the Houston one is now up to $26 or $27. But
okay, you need me to spot you a 10, sister? I will spot you a 10 to get you to Super Set.
It's not going to be that much. And New Jersey people, Dana is the one that is on the market council for that. So that's your direct, upline. Try to get to the New Jersey one if you're not dying, like Kate.
So somewhere, that's a good thing. Patty, are you near Tony? Or are you?
She's in Florida.
She's in Florida. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's one in Florida too. Like get online and start like searching your area and Super Saturday, and the locations should start popping up for everybody.
And also what Super Saturday is fantastic for is for anybody that you think would be interested in coaching. They get in for free.
Yeah.
Usually. So you bring them with you to experience, what Beachbody is. You get to do a live workout. Sometimes, like in Houston, they've started bringing big people in. Dallas has, like, Sagi is going to be in Dallas. What are you shitting about?
No, I was like, shut it, Sagi.
Oh.
I know, we're doing everything we can to build Birmingham to get big people down here. But, what was I going to say?
Or we should just all move to Texas. I mean, really, that's where it's
I tried. Apparently, it wasn't in the cards for me.
You know what? I've about had it with North Carolina.
Well, you come on down, and we will rule this town.
But what was I going to say? Oh, Tiff, like Nina's a good one for you to ask if she wants to go.
Yeah.
I don't know of anybody else right now, or Toby, like anybody who's in the group, if you just want to say, hey, I'm going to go try this out. If you're not a coach, you can get in for free and just see if they want to come with you.
It's fun and inspiring. They have people talk like their success stories and it's really good. And then they also they'll tell you, like, you'll probably learn all about 22-minute
hardcore.
Yeah. So you'll get to know about that. You'll probably get to try cafe latte. So, try to go if you can. But there's one every quarter. So if you can't go this time, North Carolinians, get together and go to the next one. Represent. But yes, Summit should be on your goal. And if you don't know yet, if you hit Success Club 5 3 months in a row, upon starting as a coach, you get to go to Summit for free. And that's like, how much was that ticket? $195 or something like that.
I thought it was close to $300.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's an expensive ticket.
So, if it's your first month coaching, get it done so you can go for free because it's fun. We got to work out with Tony Horton and Shaun T and Autumn and Sagi. So anyway, okay, that's my goal talk. Now, to add on to it, this is just this is some stuff that my pastor talked about today that went right. It could have just gone right into a Beachbody call, but he was talking about habits, developing healthy habits. And the first thing you need to do to develop a healthy habit is to make a conscious decision. And we all know this because, we did that with our health. But you can do that with your business. You can do that with your finances, everything. So make a conscious decision and do it with all your heart and your mind working together. Something that helps me, like for instance, I'm trying to make a habit of not yelling at my children. So I find a verse in the Bible. It could be a quote from, wherever, that reminds you in that moment why you're trying to develop that habit. So like a verse from the Bible helps me because I'll memorize it and it'll pop right into my head whenever I want to yell. And it keeps me from yelling. If for you, it's a quote that goes along with what you're trying to achieve, memorize that quote and let it pop into your head whenever it is like, let's say you don't want to invite your 3 people that you're supposed to invite that day. Well, make a quote, get a verse, something that's going to remind you that this is your habit that you are trying to form so that you can achieve your goals and be successful in your business. Because there's going to be days where you don't feel like it, just like there's days that you don't feel like working out. But for most of us, we have developed a habit. You do, Ron. You do look pretty good with that beard. For most of us, we've developed a habit of working out every day because we got up and we did it day in and day out. So you got to do the same with your business. So if you don't want to post 3 to 5 times a day, figure it out. Get something that's going to make you want to do it or remind you to want to do it. Think of it as a diligence and a disciplinary thing to help you succeed in your goals. And I've said this over and over again. Posting 3 to 5 times a day is a lot, but 2% of people see it. Okay. You think that people are just being blasted with your stuff. And I don't see any of Tawny's posts. None of them. Like if they pop in my feed, I have to go look at her page to see if Tawny is posting.
That's a shame because I see all of yours because you're one of my favorites.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
Well, maybe you should favorite me and then you will see my post.
So there you go. She sees my post because I'm on her favorites. But if I wasn't on her favorites, she probably wouldn't see my posts. So do not let the worry that you're annoying somebody stop you from posting 3 to 5 times a day because almost nobody sees it. And if you decide you're only going to post 1 time a day, guess what? No one's going to see your posts because you are in nobody's news feed. You have to keep being in people's news feeds for them to even see one of your posts a day. Okay? But
let's specify that, like, say you're a 3 poster. Say you're posting 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, one of those out of 3, at least 1 should be completely non-Beachbody related.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 could be some healthy food or a recipe or something motivational, and then something that looks workouty. Like, it doesn't have to all be, there's a ratio, there's a balance.
Yeah, you want to do 20% Beachbody, 80% you. So, you know.
Really one thing that's health or fitness or wellness conscious, and then 2 things like a funny video.
Think about most of your posts just adding positivity into people's lives. One of your posts can be a question. People love to answer questions on Facebook. They love to give their opinion. And all that is doing is keeping your feed alive. So, yeah. So anyway, figure out your goals and make them a habit. Decide that you're going to do them every day. That you're going to do things like find a verse, find a quote that's going to help you continue to do it. Talk about the habits with your friends so that it continues to stay in your mind. Figure out what habits you want for your work. So, how many people do you want to invite? How many people do you want to form? How many people do you want to friend? What time are you going to get it done? And make it a habit. So just like you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and get your workout done because it's a habit, make your work, your power hour, a habit. And do it every day. And then eventually it will just become a part of you. Something that he said was, healthy habits don't happen by accident. So bad habits happen by accident. Like, you're sitting on the couch, you're like, well, I could work out, but I don't want to work out. So I'm just going to sit here. Oh, the TV is good. And then the next day, I'm just going to sit. And eventually you've formed a bad habit. So healthy habits, you've got to be intentional with if you want it to form into a habit. And habits lead to transformation. They're going to lead to transformation, not just in your business, but in your entire life. Like, just from getting a healthy lifestyle, it has helped my marriage. It's helped my relationship with my kids. It's helped my social anxiety. It's helped every aspect of my life. So you developing healthy habits for your business or whatever is going to transform other areas in your life. That's all I got. Anybody have any questions?
I have a statement.
Sure.
That habit thing is what? I'm too loud for my husband, apparently. Like, after our kids all day, I'm loud suddenly. But anyway, the habit thing. Okay. I'm on a Jen Sincero high. You Are a Badass has been very revolutionary in my personal development recently. She is very new age. I preface with that. It's a little much when she keeps talking, when she wants to say God and she either says the universe or source energy. But if you can put that aside, I had to cross out source energy and just write God over it a couple times because I was like, seriously, Jen, seriously. But, she's appealing to masses, whatever. She talks about this exact same thing, and she gives you a formula to work on bad habits. She says she talks about it as the I always and I nevers in your life. And she has you write out, like, I've never been the person that was good at such and such. Or I always feel bad when I do so and so. And I never want to do such and such. And then she has you, not brainstorm, but when you free write. Whatever that is. She has you do that under it as to what it is, because stream of consciousness. Because every bad habit that you have in life gratifies you in some way. It feeds you in some way. Even if it's negative, you're getting something out of it. So she has you write out and kind of try to process what it is that it brings you. And then you have the ability to look at it and say, what would I rather have instead? And then you change whatever your old statement was of I always did this or I never do this or whatever into a positive new mantra that's what you write down. And when you find yourself falling into that bad habit, you repeat the new thing of what it is you're actually working toward instead. And that's a great way. If you can't find a scripture or you can't find a quote or you can't find whatever, you can make your own. Like you can make your own positive affirmation to use in times that you normally struggle with. And so like I have a list of like 8 things that I journaled out that can be kind of my new mantras for the new year and for what I want to accomplish. So I totally recommend that book. I realize that some of it might make people grimace, but some of it's amazing. And if you can apply it, if you can take what applies to you and leave the stuff that makes you uncomfortable, it is an excellent, excellent resource.
Yes.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Also, The Surge is tomorrow night, which is like a 2-hour conference with Carl Deichler. If you don't want to watch it live, try to watch it the next day on it recorded. They usually have it on YouTube or whatever, and you can fast forward through some of the stuff that's stupid. But the Surge, and they'll talk about all the new products, and they'll probably talk about Cafe Latte. They are probably going to talk about how you earn the Success Club trip, and they may even talk about where the Success Club trip is going to be. If they don't do it there, they will do it probably at Super Saturday. So get on there, listen to that. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Thanks for getting on. Invite. Kate, I hope you feel better. All right. Have a good night. Bye.